everyone, and welcome to this week's video. Today we're going to be doing something that has been a very long time coming. A little over a year ago, I made a video where I redid my closet, I reorganized everything, it was this whole makeover, and at the end of that, I mentioned that I was going to be redoing my office space next. And it is finally time to do that. Even though it has been a really long time coming, I am so glad that I waited, because in that time period, my sister got married and moved out. So now her old bedroom is going to become my new office space. I am going to be breaking this video up into a couple of different parts. I really want to fill the space intentionally, and I don't want to give myself a deadline. So if you want to see the rest of the videos in this little series, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss when any of them go up. And I'm very excited to get this started. So today we're going to be focusing on finding some inspiration for the room, planning out where we want things, and then finally painting and prepping the space so that I can start filling it. So this is what my sister's old room looks like right now. The walls are gray. We have stuff on the wall still from when she lived here. That's where I have all of my boxes of books right now. Obviously, when I started getting into the mindset of redoing this room, the first thing that I did was create a Pinterest board. So the main thing for me is I want that space to help make me feel creative. That for me means having a space that is bright and airy, has lots of greenery and like natural colors, neutrals. That room has some really nice big windows, but it doesn't really get direct light until the afternoon. So I think it's really important to brighten up the space as much as I can. So for the walls, I definitely want to do white. I'm just gonna stick with the one that I have in my bedroom right now. I love this white, but I was thinking of doing an accent color, and I saw these on Pinterest and I really liked them. So I went to Sherwin-Williams and I got a whole bunch of swatches. I did grab a whole bunch of the taupe colors that kind of lean a little bit more towards the pinks. But while I was there, I also saw a bunch of greens and blues that I really liked. They're very soft and they make me feel very happy, but I am still leaning towards the pink and the taupes because it feels more of like a sand color. They already look so different than they did in the store. My mom has always taught me to grab a whole bunch of one color that you like. You tape them together and then you put it on the wall in the space that you're planning on painting. So that way you're able to see what that color looks like in the lighting of that specific room. Once we start painting, I will be putting it up against the white in that room just to make sure that I know exactly what color. So these are the photos that I'm basing the mood for the room off of. So like I said earlier, lots of whites, natural woods, greenery, stuff like that. So as far as the placement of everything goes, I spent last night measuring out the room. So my idea right now is to put a sticky note on each wall of like wall space, and then I'm gonna have a separate sticky note that is like floor space. I do want to measure the space that I have between the back wall and the closet here, and then the space between the back wall and this wall because there's another doorway. And now that I have the floor space, I made a Procreate document that is the dimensions of the room, and I kind of started playing around with where I wanted things. Also, to clarify, none of this is to scale. So I have a couple of different sketches of layouts that I would like, but the one that I think I am most happy with is this one. Having the desk facing the wall and the windows kind of opens up the space a little bit more. I also did like having it flipped like this because it kind of creates a space that is like designated for working. So I know for sure I want my bookshelves to be on the space to the right next to the closet. I'm playing around with the idea of doing either the Billy bookshelves or doing like individual wooden shelves that would match my desk really nicely. Right now I'm leaning a little bit more towards the individual shelves because that gives me a little bit more freedom in terms of the height. I've also really been loving collage walls, especially if I have an accent wall. I think it would be really fun to do more of an eclectic collage wall, which just means it would be a combination of different framed shapes or like plants up on the wall. So just kind of to add dimension and life so it's not so cookie cutter. I am thinking of maybe using the space between the windows to put some sort of storage something. That fully depends on how much storage I have in my desk because I also don't want to have a lot of clutter. So even though I really like this layout, I'm probably gonna spend the rest of the day just playing around with them and trying out some different things. And I will see you guys in a couple days when we begin painting. It is finally painting day. I spent the day yesterday spackling all of the holes that were in the walls from my sister's shelves and like her photos and stuff like that. So the room is pretty much prepped. I do need to move my books. Obviously we gotta protect the valuables, get them out of the way so that they do not get any sort of paint on them because that would break my heart. So I just came back from the paint store with my mom. We got 2 gallons of paint, which are very expensive right now. We ended up going with the Promar 200 eggshell finish in extra white. My mom is actually gonna be helping me paint. She's gonna be doing all of the edges because she's got a very steady hand. She's very good at that. And then I'm just gonna do like the middle section of the walls. And right now I need to just take all of the covers from like the electrical stuff off, so everything stays together and nothing gets lost. I learned that from the beginning, / the hard way. Are you gonna help Monkey? It has been about two and a half hours, I would say, since we got started. We're about to stop for lunch and I am stuck. I don't know if I want the accent wall to be this wall, which you see as you would walk into the room, or the wall next to my desk. So this, first of all, my brain is everywhere. Okay, so this is the color I'm thinking. It's called Malted Milk. Unfortunately, the white paint that we got, it's very thin, so we're gonna have to do 2 coats instead of just 1 like we originally planned. Yeah, I need to step away, I think. I'm gonna go have lunch and then I guess you guys will find out what we decide. I finished lunch. I think I've decided to do it on this wall that you see as you walk in, mainly because I don't remember my reasoning. That just feels right. I don't know why I'm doubting myself. My instinct was to put it on this wall when I was like designing up the room. Fingers crossed, I like it. You came along, played a new song, so turn it up, don't never stop. It's how you do the things you do, and I don't mind, just take your time, I'll let you do. So it's much later. We've officially done 2 coats of paint on this wall. We're like halfway through, or maybe like 3/4 of the way through this wall. And then we'll just have to do another coat on this wall and then it'll be done. My hands are a mess. I'm probably gonna finish doing the 2nd coat. I'm gonna call it a night for these and then probably come back sometime later this week to do this wall. Painting is exhausting work. So it is now 2 days later. We're wearing the same clothes as last time because this is already covered in paint. We finished doing the 2 coats of paint on the 3 walls that are not gonna be my accent wall. We ended up painting 1 coat of this wall white in case there are spots where the bottom color is peeking through. I wanted it to be white peeking through and not gray. There are some spots that I feel like I need to go over just a tad bit. Like right there, you can kind of see the gray peeking through a little bit. We're gonna fix those today. But the most exciting part about today, we've got, oh, that's heavy. We got the accent color. I made a lot of mistakes. So I ended up going with the color Malted Milk, and this is in the satin finish. The guy said that the one that comes with primer is satin, but the contractors call it eggshell. He said it's essentially the same thing, and I'm hoping I can trust him. We also got a roller that is a little bit bigger because this is a very big wall. So we ended up getting the 14-inch roller. Obviously we had to get the actual thing that you put on the roller, and then we had to get a bigger bin for the paint. Now I just hope that this color looks the way that I want it to look. We've officially finished painting the accent wall. I was really worried about it making the space look a little bit darker, but it actually did not at all. And it looks so nice against the white, and it looks really pretty like on camera. I don't know if it was the paint itself or just the fact that we had a different like larger roller, but this took way less time than the white one did. It's making me feel super creative, which is pretty much exactly the point because this is the room where I'm gonna be doing all my creative stuff. So I'm so excited. While I let that dry to see if there are any pieces that I need to go over again, I'm gonna get some of the white paint and go over the little parts on the white that need retouching. It is officially the next day. We actually finished painting super quickly yesterday. We were done within like 2.5 hours. So the rest of the day, I just let the paint dry. And then at night, I came back in, put all of the wall sockets back on, and then I decided to deep clean the carpet. I vacuumed it first, and then I did an actual deep clean washing with this Hoover vacuum machine thing that we have, so it's like soap and water. So now the room smells really great. And then this morning, I came back in and did one more run with the regular vacuum, in case there's any like soap residue left over that picks it all up. Everything that I wanted to get done in this part of the makeover is complete. There's something about freshly cleaned carpets and freshly painted walls that just, it feels like a new start. And I'm very excited to start bringing stuff in here and to start decorating and designing. All of the plans that I made at the beginning of this video will be kind of coming together. If you guys want to see all of that, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe because those videos will be coming. And I will see you guys all in next week's video. Bye! And now the fun part begins, aka the decorating.